So now let us cover 10 of Canada's most dangerous offenders. John Murray Melanson, pictured behind me, was born in St. John, New Brunswick. His childhood was a difficult one. At the age of approximately 7, he was sexually abused. The abuse continued for about 10 years, according to a psychiatrist who interviewed Melanson. Caused him to develop an unhealthy attraction to young boys. In the early 80s, Melanson became estranged from his family. He moved away and joined the military, where he was employed as a cook. After leaving the military, he began a career as a chef, frequently moving from city to city. With this nomadic lifestyle, likable personality, and remarkable ability to gain people's trust, it was easy for a predator to find his victims. Melanson was a homosexual. He kept his sexual orientation hidden, often pursuing relationships with single mothers to gain access to their children. He frequently played on these women's sympathies by telling them he'd become a widower when his wife was killed by a drunk driver. He was also often hired as a babysitter, giving him the opportunity to prey on the children left in his care. 2006, Melanson was living in Hay River, Northwest Territories, where he was considered an upstanding citizen and affectionately been nicknamed Fester by the locals. Like in previous cities he lived, he was often hired as a babysitter. One of the fathers who hired him to watch his 2 young boys became suspicious after noticing that his children exhibited unusual sexual behavior after being left alone with Melanson. He started his own investigation into the matter and immediately called the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, where they found child porn on Melanson's laptop. Melanson, 48 at the time, pled guilty to 2 counts of sexual assaulting children under the age of 10 and possessing child porn, and was considered high risk to reoffend, stating that he was narcissistic and manipulative, with antisocial traits that included lack of remorse and no impulse control. The court also took into consideration his previous victims, more than 50, 8 of which were sexual. In 2011, the Supreme Court granted the application for dangerous offender status. Like all dangerous offenders, Melanson has the right to parole hearing after 7 years, and he was denied. Just to give you a heads up, he was denied.